All right, man. I don't know what's wrong with Instagram. We definitely got to see. We could talk to IG so we can stay on here at least 2 hours because this 1 hour nonsense is straight BS. But let's get her back here so we can straighten this out. I'm gonna help her out. Seems like a very nice girl, and I can see something happening for her. So let's try to figure this out for her, fellas and ladies out there. Yeah, let me see. Hang on. Yeah, we know. We're getting everybody in. Come back, come back, come back to me. This is a song by Keith Sweat that I used to listen to when I was like a teenager. Like, come back to me. Come back, baby, come back. I'm waving at y'all. All right, see y'all. All right, go ahead, Shay. Go ahead, Chi. I'm waiting for you. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna let you know. The majority of everything you said, a man who's making $250,000 a year, he could get that from anybody.
Hmm?
I said the majority of what you said, the man that makes that type of money could get that from just about any woman.
Okay.
When a man asks you, what do you have to offer? If this is what you got to go with, he's going to look at it like, okay. I like that, but let me see if I can find even better. You know what you should have started with?
No, I didn't know.
I'm going to tell you what you should have started with. Your first thing should have started what you started with me, that I come from a very strict family and my
Mm,
parents have held me over for the proper time and the due time when I'm ready to become a wife so that I could offer my husband all the gifts that a traditional woman is supposed to offer a man. Are you still a virgin?
sorry?
Are you still a virgin?
Okay, you said am I still a virgin?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Why didn't you start with that?
This is a very live show, so it's
Doesn't
not
matter
things you
because
talk.
the men who make the type of money that you need them to make are going to watch this. They're going to want to know. They need a reason that they could come to me and say, hey, you know what? I really find this woman appealing and she has all the qualities that I can't find in another woman. So therefore, I'm serious about this. Let me get in touch with her. Put me in touch, whatever. That's how this works.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Okay, I just
Yes,
found
that's
out
how this
now.
works. This video, we start our first promo on Saturday. We're doing a big time expensive promo throughout YouTube and Instagram, everywhere starting Saturday. We're going around doing talks, whatever. Tens and hundreds of thousands of people over the course of weeks are going to see this interview. You're going to have men who make this type of money and say, hey, everything she just stated is everything that I want. How do I touch base with her? Then I check to make sure they're serious before sending just anybody towards someone way. That's how this works. That's why you're here. So forget what everybody else might hear. If they ain't serious about being a $250,000 earner and providing for you and making you a wife, they don't matter. You're here trying to get the rest of your life situated and the outcome in life that you want. Stop worrying about everybody
Okay,
else. Again,
okay.
when you speak to these men, you lead with that you brought up in a strict home. Were you raised to be a traditional wife? To be submissive to a man and his authority as the man?
Yes.
All right, so your
I
parents
was
can't.
raised like
All right, so your parents kept you away from going out doing all the nonsense and losing things that you can't offer your man. You're able to offer your husband to be your virginity. That's golden to a man who makes that money. You didn't give it away to just somebody on the street who can't marry you and provide for you. They take that, they look at that and say, you know what? This woman has a head on her shoulder and she gets it. She understands that our future is at risk by making bad decisions. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I see what you're saying now.
So yes, that's what you lead with when they call upon you. And they will come calling. They will get in touch with you. They will touch down with you. You just got to pick and choose which one you feel is right for you. If so be it. But if you have something special,
Yeah.
you lead with that. You start off with your family and how you was raised and the fact that you kept yourself pure. With that, you'll have a husband. You'll be married before the end of the year if you want. You're not going to
Yeah,
find that
you're
here in
right.
America. You're 21. You're not going to find a virgin 21-year-old in America. You're not going to find anybody who was raised by both parents and mother and is a virgin and have their head on their shoulders and understand that they have to make sure that they're going into the marriage with the right frame of thought, frame of mind. Everything that you are, regardless of looks, I'm not even talking about your looks right now. Everything that you are is the very thing that men today are looking for. That's why I'm here. I'm giving them a voice and I'm giving them the opportunity to see. I dealt with Africans for the last 12, 13 years of my life. No Americans, no anything. I dealt with solely African women. And the more and more I talk to people, individuals, they understand. And they say, you know what, Stephen, help me find something, like you have. I'd be willing to treat that, marry that, do whatever. They're tired of the nonsense. They're tired of the feminism. They're tired of the woman who's out there talking about, I'm going to get my education first, and when I turn 35 years old, I go look for my dream guy. Men don't want that. Men who make that type of money that you're talking about, upper class individuals, they want a 21-year-old who was raised with a mother and father who understands the concept of marriage. They're willing to go out of their way, get on planes, go meet dad and mom, and say, hey, do I have the right to, do I have the authority, or do you give me permission to propose to your daughter in order that I make her a wife? That's what happens here on this platform. I used to do this 12 years ago when I first got to Ghana back in 2010. Go look it up on my YouTube. You will see old videos back in 2010 and 2011 of me doing the same thing, but I was doing it in person. I was getting people married back then before I went another route when technology came. Because I thought when God used to send me over there to check out if a girl's who they say they are, that was one thing. But then we got the new technology with the cams, phone cams and all that. So I left that business. But now I see that even more so as a necessity for me to do this work. That's why I'm here. You have a lot to offer. Men are going to come out of the woodworks for you. On the scale of 1 to 10, what would you give yourself? On the scale of 1 to 10, what would you give yourself as far as, did we go through this? We went through this, did we?
Yeah.
And what did you say? On a scale of 1 to 10?
Okay, you said on a scale of 1 to 10, what will I say about words?
Oh, we didn't go through. What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
What will I rate myself?
Look, just your looks. Your looks alone.
Okay, based on my looks.
Just your looks. Men are visual. The first thing we see is how you look. Then we start to uncover everything else.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate myself 8.5.
So you better look into Beyonce.
Okay, you have my picture there, so
Beyonce,
that
in Black America, Beyonce is considered an 8, a solid 8.
mm,
Rihanna is considered a 7.
I rate myself like that. I rate myself like that. You see my picture? Hmm.
Yeah, I give you a 7. Do you know what a 7 is?
No, I don't know.
The average looking individual. 80% of people or more are average looking on the face of the earth. This very earth that we walk on, the majority of people, no matter the country, no matter the race, are average looking people. Do you understand that point?
Yes, yes.
Anything over 5 means you're better looking than the average person. When you go to a 7, that means you're twice as better looking than the average person, which is a good thing. The majority of people walking around are not 7s or above. And there's really no such thing as a 10 anyway. But as a 7, not just solely on your looks, but because you're a 7, you was brought up in a strict home, you understand the concept of marriage, you were raised to be a traditional wife, and you still have your purity. That puts you in the position to have the very outcome that you want. Congratulations. Give it up.
Thank you. Thank
She
you.
won her prize.
Thank
We
you.
got the first prize winner of the week. No, we had others. I'm just messing
Thank
around.
you.
We had others, but yeah. So congratulations. The very outcome that you want in all likelihood, but hopefully by this platform, but yes, you're likely to get it. So now
Mhm.
let's go to the last aspect of this conversation. And this is the last part of this conversation. There's 4 and 3, 3, 4. In football, you ever heard of American football?
Yeah, I've heard of American football.
Okay, in defense, there's 11 men on the field. 11 men on defense, 11 men on offense. They play a 4-3 or 3-4 normally. I call this the 4-3. There's 4 types of men. No matter where you go in life, there's 4 types of men financially. You have the lower income, which are people who work dead-end jobs or not in position to really make anything of themselves. So they really can't take care of a family, let alone themselves. I don't deal with them. This platform is not for them. So they don't watch this platform. The other 3 are what this platform is for. The middle class, the upper class, and the elite. The elite can be anything from rich to wealthy. So if you're not wealthy, but you're rich, you still got to take care of a family. You know that. So that's why I don't get into all the differences in them. So middle class is for an individual, 2, 3 kids maybe, house in the suburbs, his or her car, and that's about it. Y'all might both have to work, or he work and you work part-time, but that's not what you want. You want to stay home. You want the man to be able to provide enough, have 4 children. Likely you want them to go to college, right? You want
Sorry?
you would want your children to be able to go to university, right? College.
Yeah, sure.
And you would want to travel, be able to travel here and there, right?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
So you want that upper class lifestyle. You don't want the middle class. You just want the upper class, which is fine. But guess what? With that comes something. It comes a stipulation a lot of times. Now, after the 4 I just mentioned, there's 3 types of men. I'm just generalizing it. There are 3 types of men. Men who are productive, strong men have egos. We are egotistical. That's just what it is. That's how men are built. If you want a strong man and not a weak beta male man, this is what you're going to deal with. In all likelihood, I'm just generalizing it so you can be prepared and ready. God can do something totally different. You can get a man who's been out there, cheated all his life, and just turned his life around and truly want to be dedicated and want one woman. It happens. But I say this because I need my ladies, my Black African sisters to be prepared for anything. I'm going to give you 3 types of men, and I want you to choose which one you want when it comes to men virgin outside of their marriage. The first man is number 1 guy. This man is permit what's the word that I use? I forget the terminology that I use. But he's a obsessive cheater. I mean, this is what he does. He's very promiscuous. He goes out and cheat a lot. Most men who live this type of lifestyle do it for one purpose, in order to feel like a man. And the reason I say that is because when men cannot provide financially the way that they desire to for themselves and others, in order to make themselves feel like a man, a lot of men go out and have sex with a lot of women because that's the only way they can feel like a man. Now,
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm telling y'all game that y'all don't even know. That's why this platform is going to be so influential. Number two guy is the productive man in society. He goes out, he's ambitious, he makes sure that he makes enough to provide for a family and do his thing. He keeps his home together. Nothing can come between that. But here and there, he will have flings outside of his marriage, but he never allows it to interact or cause any damage to his home structure that he has with his wife. You understand it?
Yeah.
Guy number three is the guy who is wealthy enough to not just have a wife and children and do all the things that we already spoke about, but he could go out there and get another wife and another wife, maybe one or two wives, and provide for them just as well. So out of those three, which guy would you choose? One, guy two, guy three.
That's a tough one there, but okay, guy two.
All right. And why is that?
Guy two doesn't allow his outside life of having side concubines to affect his relationship with his wife. He just keeps it outside and doesn't like try to rub it to the wife's face or try to let it interrupt his marriage life. Yeah.
Exactly. And the majority of men who make $250,000 or anything close to it, in all likelihood, are not just going to be with one woman for the rest of their life. You do get that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, men who are sought after by millions, tens of thousands of women, they may love their wife and keep their home in order, but yes, they're still going to be a man. The difference is what you said, that their family structure continues to go on. The order continues. Everyone is taken care of. The legacies and the land and whatever else that y'all built on is passed down. Your children make a name for themselves. Y'all make a name for yourselves. This is the way life has always been in the past when you dealt with high-earning men. It used to be that way long ago, not too long ago. But in order to have that type of lifestyle you're talking about, this is what you may have to deal with. You have to understand that men do not love the way that you love. Y'all love through your heart and that feeling of emotion and what's between your legs when, you're love making. That's when y'all have all that affectionateness of love. Men don't love that way. High earning quality men do not love that way. We love with our minds and our ability to provide and protect and direct our home. That's how we show we love our wives and children. The sooner y'all understand this, the sooner that we can have a positive relationship or marriages that last to the end of time, to the end of our days. And at least here, when worst come to worst, man passed away, we leave life insurance policies. We leave all that. We make sure our kids and our wives have something, no matter in a worst case scenario. These type of men will provide for theirs for a lifetime. That's what we do. But you have to be able to understand us. Once you're able to understand us and accept us, we can give you everything that the world has to offer when we walk in the door of our own homes. You understand me?
Yeah, I do understand you. Yeah.
All right. Well, tell mom and dad that you might have someone coming home to meet them soon. So, like I said,
No problem.
when this happened, just like I tell anybody, when all like I said, there's going to be men who will contact you through me. Pick one, choose one, find one that you have the attraction to. Be ready to build with them, and I can always be here, for advice. Mm, excuse me. I'm a
Sorry about
qualified
that.
psychologist. Yeah, I'm a qualified psychologist. My degrees are back here, but not just that. I'm qualified because of my life, because of what I've been through. I understand. My wife is African, sitting in the bedroom. My children are African, half and half, American and African. This is what I also say. You benefit this in a different way than you do with most elsewhere. I say this. Part of the reason that I do this because I love my people. I love my black people. I love all people on this earth. Doesn't matter the color. I love all people. But as a black man, I have to be willing to stand out and do what's necessary to try and benefit my own people. When you, being an African, you marry a black American, it's not just that you who get the resources from America, he get the resources from Nigeria, which is going to just strengthen y'all financially and build power, but also it allows your children to have the ability to have greater opportunities than they will elsewhere. They're not bonded, they're not confined to anywhere. They could go anywhere around the world that they choose to. They could go and use the resources in America. They could go and use the resources in Africa and build up. You're creating a whole new generation of Africans who do not have to wait on a fucking green card and go through all the shit that we talk about today. Your children already that. They're half and half. They have the ability of everything. They have the citizenship to Nigeria. They have the citizenship to the U.S. So you're not just doing this for you to benefit today and your husband to benefit from having a woman like you, but you're doing it to build a new generation of Africans and Black Americans. You understand that? So this is bigger than us.
Yes, I do.
So this is bigger than us,
Yeah.
but we benefit. So, like I said,
Yeah.
Chidima, right? Did I say it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So definitely it was a pleasure having you here. You are a unique individual. You're a beautiful African
Thank you.
sister. The only thing that I
Thank
would tell
you.
you, you're welcome. The only thing that I would tell you is this. If you was raised to already be a traditional wife, and I believe you, especially when you talk about your parents being strict and kept you away from the streets. I believe you. But you should be ready for marriage already, especially if that man that you just said comes along within the next 2, 3, 4 weeks or 2, 3, 4 months. You should already be ready for marriage. If your parents spent that time making you, there's no reason for you to say that I need to get myself together. That should be out the door. Your identity, you don't find your identity on your own. When ladies go out and say, oh, I want to find my identity, find out who I am, two things. You go and have sex with a lot of men and you get a lot of damage psychologically. So now that man got to deal with all these situations now. He got to deal with more than he should have to deal with. You benefit now.
Okay.
Your identity is found in your husband. That's why successful men go for younger women, because they want their wife's identity to be found through them. When you go out and do it on your own, you turn into a person that is going to be contradictory to what your husband desires. That's why I married my wife when she was 20 years old. I was 40 years old. I'm 46. I married my wife when she was 20. When I was 40. Her identity has been found through me and continues to be found through me. We grow together. I didn't love my wife I wasn't in love with my wife when I met her. She wasn't in love with me. I did this. I seen her. I seen her character. I went to her mother, let her know I want to marry her. I want to build on something with her and build something great with her. And we all will benefit from it. She agreed. 5, 6 years later, here we are in Philadelphia, PA, my hometown where I was born and raised. But through them 6 years, our love grew. True love can never die. That's why when these girls get in relationships and they out of love, they in love, that's nothing but lust. You can't fall in love with a person unless you spend decades with that person or years with that person. Real love takes time. It takes time to nurture. That's why you see these people who've been together 60, 50 years or whatever. That love had to grow. The more they spend time with each other, when childbearing, you have your first child, you buy your first home, first this, first that, all that bonds you together closer, and that love continues to grow over the course of time. It's not about being infatuated with a person. It's about finding somebody, say, hey, I look at this person, I like who they are, I like what I see, I like their character, and I think that I can build and grow and be with this person and have my children and move on to life and do what God sent me here to do. You get me?
Yeah, I do.
All right, any last words?
No, it was nice being on this awesome show. I really learned a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And like I said, when that particular guy come up ringing, make sure you hit us back up on the show so I can get my props and you can tell the whole world. All right?
No problem. Thank you.
All right, Chidima. Have a good night. All right, good night.
Yeah, good night. Bye. Yeah, bye.
All right, people. Had another beautiful show. I know it's late. This is what we're going to do tomorrow because my schedule permits it. Only when the schedule permits it, we're going to do these things. But this is what we're going to do. Tomorrow we're going to start at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So that's for my Nigerians. I used to be so great at math. But anyway, that's 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock Niger time, 8 o'clock Ghana time. We're going to start tomorrow at 2. Then remember, we're going to be back here on Saturday at 2 o'clock also. Once again, 9 p.m. Niger time, 8 o'clock Ghana time. Sundays, we don't do shows. Sundays is for me I need to just get in the Word and meditate and get that relationship with God. Make sure that I'm heading in the right direction, in the right path of life. And the work that I'm doing is truly going to help people to not only benefit them, but benefit his kingdom as he continues to build a new breed of Black men and women, whether it's through this channel or however. But, that's the foremost thing. And Sundays also, I put up on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube what the week's theme is going to be about. So next week's theme is going to be something totally different. I don't really confirm it to Sunday because, I have a lot of ideas going on. There's so many subjects, man. There's going to be no shortage of subjects at all on this show right here. And remember, we start our promo on Saturday. So I look forward to the views going up big time. But like I said, we needed to get at least 2 weeks of a catalog. So when we're doing this promo, that somebody's not just going to watch one video. They're going to have a catalog that you can see, okay, I see what these brothers doing. I see what's going on here. It's consistent. So again, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And I was trying to wait for, she never got back on. She spent like a couple minutes on the show. So we'll see if we can get her back here tomorrow because I see that she had network issues. But anyway, if you guys want to join the show tomorrow, like I said, we're starting a little bit earlier. Send in your requests, get you here on the show, and we could talk about it. Because remember, we only got this thing for 2 more days. For 2 more days, just tomorrow, Saturday. After that, we're putting this thing to rest until maybe later on another time. So, because we got too many subjects to talk about. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow here on Instagram. Make sure you head over to YouTube and definitely subscribe because we want to get the subscriber base up over there. And make sure you share it with a friend or family member or whoever, even a classmate. Make sure you share it. You talk about the show so that we could truly make things happen for our African sisters. And like I keep saying, for our brothers, we're going to get to you, but that time is just not now. We're going to, it's always ladies first. So let the ladies be first and be patient. You'll get your time. All right. So we're going to get out of here now. And like I said, man, it's been a wonderful show again, wonderful interview. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all support and continue to share this and talk about it with a friend and family member. All right, guys, I got to